A common question that I often get asked is, hey Ivan, my voice sucks. When I'm singing, it makes people want to block off their ears. Do I have the potential to get better or at least be, semi-bearable? And I totally get this question. I mean, after all, if we don't have potential, if we don't have the potential to get better, why would we even invest time and energy or even try pursue it? And so in today's episode, let's talk about this. I'll share with you all, do we all truly have potential when it comes to singing? And I'd also like to talk about why we're even asking this question and then also give you 2 solutions at the end to help you overcome this challenge. Now, real quick, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ivan. I'm a voice teacher who works with students from all around the world. And really on this channel, my goal is to make learning how to sing as easy and as simple as possible. If this is of interest, consider subscribing wherever you're listening to this from. And if you want to take your singing further or you want to improve your voice, check out some of the links down in the description on how to work with me more privately. And last but not least, if you want to inspire our next episode, let me know down in the comments, or if in the podcast is a way to do this as well, let me know what you want me to talk about next. Okay, let's dive in. Okay, so let's actually start here and define what potential even is. Now, Oxford Dictionary defines potential as having or showing the capacity to develop into something in the future, latent perspective. And I think the key word here is the capacity to develop, right? Do we have the capacity to develop our voice? Now, let's tackle it this angle. Recently, I have been reading a book called Sapiens, and it actually talks about human evolution. And I know it's a bit kind of abstract, but I promise this actually ties in. One of the interesting facts in this book is that Homo sapiens, or, we just kind of call them humans in this episode, were able to reach the top of the food chain in such a quick time. Other apex animals like, the lions, the tigers, they took a long time through periods of evolution and through natural selection. Now, how did this happen? I promise you it wasn't because of our bigger muscles. We didn't have bigger biceps or anything. We're not necessarily faster than other animals. What actually allowed us to become the top of the food chain was simply our ability to learn. It's so easy to forget that one of our biggest strengths as humans is our ability to learn. It's our ability to grow, it's our ability to adapt. And singing really isn't that different. Inherently, a lot of us have the potential to adapt. And so hopefully by now you realize we've all got potential. If you can speak, if you enjoy listening to music, you have all the ingredients required to get better at singing. But chances are you secretly know this already. And so why are we so concerned about potential anyway? Why do so many of us ask about, hey, do I have potential or not? Do I have potential to get better? I think the deeper issue here is fear. It's a fear that maybe if I, put some time into singing, I try to improve my voice, I worked through some scales, I worked with some amazing teachers, and I didn't see results. Maybe I'd realize that I was bad after all. Maybe I'd realize, yes, it was a waste of time. I don't have potential. And most importantly, maybe I'd realize that I was never good enough to begin with. And so we hide behind these questions. It feels safe. It feels safe to be in this area because we simply don't have to face reality. Maybe I could get better. Maybe I don't have to. Regardless, I don't have to put in the work and know. So let's talk about the real answer to this question. In fact, I'll share with you 2 ideas that we can use to overcome this question. The first answer to this question, and this one is going to be a bit of a slap in the face, is you're not that special. And I mean this in a good way. So often we think we're like some kind of misnomer, right? We must be that kind of special, unfortunate case. And maybe my voice is just like born differently, or like it's just, so out there that there's no way I can learn how to sing. But the thing to realize here is we're really just not that different. We're so similar to the point that to study the voice, sometimes we use a cow's larynx to observe what some of the muscles will do. And so what that tells us is that inherently we've all got the ingredients required to sing well. We've all got the potential here. But what separates, someone who can sing really well and someone who maybe can't sing right now is not necessarily potential, because we've all got it, right? But the willingness to devote the time, the energy, even the resources to build this skill, to build some of those finer muscular controls, to build some of those coordinations that's required when it comes to singing. That's all there is to it. And of course, you can sprinkle a little talent if you want to get there faster, but the end goal for us is all the same. We can absolutely learn how to sing when we put in the right work. Now, the second answer to this question is going to be focusing on small wins. Because let's face it, if you were seeing results, if you're seeing progress with your voice, you would not be asking this question. If you knew your voice was kind of getting better day after day, you wouldn't be asking if you have potential or not. You've already proven it to yourself. And that's why it's so important to get these initial quick wins, because it lays down this foundation of, hey, I can actually get better if I put in the work, if I get the right guidance. Personally, this is why I think the first few months of anyone learning how to sing, it's that make or break point. We either see enough results to be like, hey, I wonder what's next. I wonder what else I could do. Or you don't see results and you're like, hey, I'm going to give up. This was never going to work anyway. And so for those of you who are on this kind of early part of your journey, make sure you're actually practicing correctly. Make sure you know what your challenges are, because it's going to allow your practice sessions to be a lot more efficient. And it's also one of the best times to take voice lessons, because it'll give you great feedback on your voice. It'll show you exactly what you need to do, so that all of a sudden it just becomes ticking off a checkbox. You know exactly what you need to do to improve your voice and see those quick wins. So anyway, that is a wrap, team. Hopefully you found value out of today's episode. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, or subscribe. And if you're on the podcast, I'd really appreciate a 5-star review. This really helps this channel and podcast reach more people. If this has inspired you to actually pursue your voice, or maybe you've been dealing with these kind of vocal challenges again and again and again, and you just want to overcome that, you don't have to do this on your own. I've got ways to work with me privately one-on-one, and also some self-study programs as well. I think they can really, really help you. All you need to do, check out some links down in the description. Apart from that, my name is Ivan. I'm your voice teacher, and I will see you every single Thursday or Friday for our weekly episodes. Take care.